Welcome back, everyone. This is the second episode of the series I'm working on, which mainly targets our development as the human race, as a community, how we can do better, how we can achieve better, how we can consume better. In a world like today where everything is artificially enhanced, we can never really get things in its truest form, such as food, for example. The way I like to look at things is we can compare food, compare a meal from McDonald's or Chick-fil-A or whatever the case might be. It's junk food regardless. That food is hyper processed in ways we cannot comprehend. The fries, let McDonald's fries sit around for about 5 minutes and try them. See how disgusting they turn out to be. It is important that we can control things in our world, control things in our realm, despite that this world is artificially enhanced in ways where our needs or our wants are confused as one. But that is not true. Here's what our needs are. Psychological health, we need physical health, and most importantly, how quality of sleep we get each night. The food that we consume. For example, as I made the reference about McDonald's, you can't really control that. You go there, order food, get the food, eat it. It's junk food. Yes, it might be quick, it might be fast, it might be accessible and easy. However, here's what I like to do. I like to go to Costco. I'm talking about a budget of $300 every 2 weeks. You can cut it down if you'd like, but I am trying to bulk, hence my spending target being this high. But again, I live in Canada. Canada is expensive. Canada is unaffordable. So I'm trying to work within what I can. What I like to do is I like to go to Costco, get a full tray of salmon fillet. It's about $60. Sometimes they have it on sale for, $50 for $50. For $50, you get about 2 kilograms of salmon. Cut it down, weigh it, put it in Ziploc and freeze it. I also like to do the same thing with the minced meat. The tubes, I believe they're 3 kilogram tubes, and they go about $35. And I also like to do the same thing with a tray of chicken breasts and chicken wings. The chicken wings, I like to marinate it. The chicken breast, I just eat it with rice and hot sauce, just like every other, solo survival out there. People who are living on their own. I moved out of my parents' place about 2 years ago. My family left the country despite how political it's getting. And I can't really blame them for it. They're looking for a better life. Good for them. Unfortunately, I have not made that decision just yet, but I fear that it may be coming soon. Not to get distracted, not to go off topic. I like to control the food that I eat. I like to control what I consume. And for the most part in this world, a lot of things are already prepared for us. A lot of things are already processed for us. There is this video in my mind. I'm not sure if I can find it. I will try my very best to find it, and I'm gonna clip it into this so you can see what I'm talking about in a world that we live in where everything is ultra processed, where everything screams, buy me, buy me, buy me. And it sucks because, as I mentioned, this confuses our needs and our wants. Corporates and corporations have found a way to influence our decision making based on how they get to manipulate our emotions, how they get to pick and target each of our emotion. It is very hard to live in a world like it is today and building the person you are trying to build. Hence, corporations are pretty much making a lot of decisions for us. If you can take full control of your nutrition, it will do you a solid. You will start to think differently. Your brain chemistry will align better. Your hormonal imbalance will sort themselves out. And I find that today, most of our food, as much as I would like to say, is also processed, farmed. Our food is farmed. Our poultry, our meat, our fish, it's all farmed. Everything is manipulated. If you can find things in its organic form, it might cost you a little bit more, but do it. Trust me, do it. If you are going to Walmart or the Superstore or Safeway, Costco, more than often you will find organic things labeled organic are a little bit more expensive. I promise you, whether it's organic or not, it's the same product. If you really want organic in its purest form, you're gonna have to find local markets, local farmers. The camera overheated for some reason. That has never happened before, but I've also left it in the car for a few days, mounted on the windshield, so that might be the problem. This is the second topic I want to address in this episode, is our mental health and our mental consumption. What we consume. Are we on Netflix? Are we on Hulu, Prime, whatever the case might be? Are we doom scrolling through Instagram Reels, through TikTok? That habit needs to stop. It needs to stop now. There's no way in earth you and I are sitting on the couch watching performers make millions of dollars, securing a future while we're sitting on the couch eating popcorn and enjoying the show. What are we, a cuck? No, we have to build a community. We have to get out there. We have to find something we're really good at and harness that talent. We need to find something that we can fine tune just a little bit more to add value to ourselves and to our community around us, to our parents, to our siblings. Because most importantly, in a world like today where loneliness and isolation is the silent killer, we need to find a community. We need to stick together. We need to do things together. And we need to add value together to one another, most importantly. Again, I'm not going to entertain this conversation much further. You know what you have to do in the subscription. We're not paying $25 a month to watch whatever nonsense there is to watch. No, we need to make our own show. We need to make our own reality. You need to get out there, make money, build your body, build your mental physique. You read books. I don't read books, by the way, but very soon I'm going to be starting reading books because I don't think my mind is my strongest muscle at this moment. I'm always looking to find flaws within my own body to work on. And as much as there are flaws in each one of us, we have to address them appropriately. We have to mitigate our flaws. By mitigating our flaws, we have more mental estate to focus on other things. It's like living on survival mode. When you live in survival mode, you don't think outside your survival needs. You're constantly thinking about, I need a place to live, I need to make money to pay bills, I need money to pay this and that. But once you have your survival needs figured out, you can start being creative and you can start thinking deeper and you can start reaching depth that you have not reached before. And this is why it's very important that you isolate your wants and your needs. Your wants and needs are two different things. What you want may not necessarily change a thing for you. What you want is most likely emotionally driven by a marketing campaign out there, by a corporation who wants you to consume their product. We have to build a community. We have to support one another. It is important that we do the work. It's important that we do that together. We live in a time where we are so we need to find ways to hold one another accountable. We need to find ways to innovate our strength. And the third topic I want to address in this series is our mental wellness, our mental well-being. What are we doing to achieve that mental stability so we can think more, we can think deeper, we can be creative, and we can live in a realm where we are doing more, we're adding more value, we're innovating, we're constantly innovating, we're coachable. Here's what I'm doing. It may not be working at this particular moment because I've only started doing it. It has been officially 5 days since I've stopped drinking, since I've been sober. I have quit alcohol. I threw out my weed pen out the window a few days ago. I'm no longer entertaining that lifestyle. I'm looking for change. I'm going to be starting going to the mosque and praying my daily prayer. I no longer want to indulge in the filth and the degeneracy that I've been indulging for many years in the past. I am 24. It's 2025. There is no room for that. There's only room for making ourselves better. I'm holding myself accountable in front of a camera so many other people can do that for their own selves. It is important and it's imperative, and I can't stress this enough. I've said that many times in this series now. It is imperative that we do the work. It's imperative that we hold each other accountable. We're all so isolated, and when we are isolated, we are our most vulnerable. That's when corporations get us. That's when corporations get control of our lives, and we don't want anyone having control on us. We are in control of our own lives. I know that therapy is not something that is often spoken about, especially if you're a man. But it is also important that you address your struggles. It's important that you build a brotherhood around you, a community of brotherhood who can freely understand and freely talk about the struggles you're going through. I'm not necessarily saying go to therapy, it might make you feel better. I don't know, it might not. Addressing psychological needs and wants. A lot of people shop when they feel depressed, when they feel that they're not enough. And that's what corporations try to get you. That's how they get you, is by making you feel like you're not enough. If you control your own life, you are more than enough. And when you're more than enough, then you can think outside your survival mode, your survival needs. You can now think how to be creative. Again, it all goes back to the same point I was making in the past two topics. If you are mentally prepared, if you're mentally stable, then you can demand your body to do more. Then you can do more in the gym. You can achieve more. And I find that if you're in financial hardship or in financial debt, which is also a topic that I'm addressing because I find myself to be in that boat, you need to find a way to make it work. You need to find a way to pay off that debt ASAP, as soon as possible, because once you do that, because then your testosterone levels actually recover. I just found out that stress and financial hardship causes a decline by 30 to 50% in most men. Guys, that is a lot. That's a lot of damage you're causing to your own health. I am doing the damage to my own self, and I'm taking accountability. I'm coming up with a game plan to eliminate all my financial hardship in due time. I just moved out of my parents' place not too long ago, again for the second time. So it is a little bit harder now, securing a future and securing stability. It takes time, it takes effort. I am putting in the time, I'm putting in the effort. I just have to pray to God, and I have to put my trust in God and wait and see what happens. Obviously, you can't just pray to God and not do anything about it. You have to put in the work. It's like a compounding effect, putting all in together and seeing the result unravel in front of you. It might take time, it takes patience, but I hope this video was a lot better than the first one. I know that I said practice makes perfect. That's not truly the case. Practice makes improvement through repetitive work. And this is the second video. I hope that I've performed a lot better. I hope that this is as raw as it gets. And I hope that this message gets delivered to people who are in need to hear this. People who are also in the same limbo as I am. People who are looking to do better and achieve more and add more value to their own lives and to their communities. Guys, it's been a pleasure making this video. If you have not watched the first video, I urge you to do so you can see that practice makes improvement. I think I've done a lot better in this video. If you want to see the difference, watch the first video. I need to know your thoughts. It's been a pleasure. I will see you in the next one.